TGIF people, welcome to the Fans of the Framework live on Facebook. And I hope you enjoyed your work week this week and that you really truly found some joy. Let's talk about that word joy, right? Let's just jump right into this. And perhaps you're thinking to yourself, just like Tom Hanks did in the movie A League of Their Own, there's no crying in baseball, that there's no joy at work. And if you think about the textbook definition, the truest definition of joy is to find great pleasure in something. Great pleasure. But we tend to think of joy as seeing a puppy, seeing a little kitten, you're like, oh, right? Or that only children truly have unbridled joy. Well, we all have read the research. We're supposed to return to a more childlike state, that actually kids get it right and we adults, mess it up for the most part. So you may begin each morning with joy. Maybe you have a morning routine that brings you joy. You get in the car, you got your big, ginormous cup of joy that you're drinking and inhaling. And then as soon as you walk into work, the bucket sucker that works for you just sucks your joy away, right? Sucks your joy away. So how do we have more joy in our life? And how do we drop the B and add a Y to do a job to joy? So here is what robs our joy, right? There's work processes or a work environment that robs our joy and makes it difficult to turn our jobs into joy. The first thing is time wasters, right? Things that waste your time. Second thing is things that waste your energy. How much time do you spend every day when a barrier, maybe another department throws a barrier in front of you, maybe another leader throws a barrier in front of you, maybe you try to make something better and someone else in your organization says to you, nope, can't do that. Nope, can't. Got a rule against it. Nope, can't be done. Can't be done. This is the way we've always done it around here. Right? So those are, or maybe you do rework. Maybe you find yourself doing a lot of rework. That can be like a huge joy sucker, a huge time waster, okay? So robs your energy, robs the time that you need. The third thing that makes it so that you may not be able to experience joy in your job is someone's robbing your goodwill. And I refer to this as apathy. And we all know that no matter what our intention is, and I truly believe that everybody comes to work ready to do a great job every day, or takes an assignment, takes a job wanting to do their very best at work. But even if you're a very high-performing leader, there are things that happen in the workplace that can rob your goodwill or make you feel apathy. That potentially you can, be doing a great job, following the rules, if you will, and all of a sudden you look around and see people around you. A, you're not getting recognized for the great work that you do. B, nobody's celebrating you or recognizing you or even showing any appreciation for the great work that you do. And what happens is you start to feel apathy. Why am I following the rules? Why am I rounding on my employees every day? Why am I doing the validation rounding? Why am I writing thank you notes? Why am I bringing my true whole self and purpose and intent to work when I work with people who are not? And it's called robbing your goodwill, right? That you're feeling apathy, almost like the bucket suckers or low performers that you lead feel. So that's danger zone right there, right? That is danger zone. You gotta get out of that. So the some solutions, like I like to do things in threes. It just seems orderly to me, okay? So some solutions to drop your B and pick up a Y, right? Go from job to joy might seem like an insurmountable task. Geez, Jane, how am I going to fix the entire organization so that everybody else is just, doing their job with joy so that I can as well. Well, I don't want to give it all away because the Nursing Greatness cohort is getting this talk right in their face next week. So, but I do want to give you 3 things that you can begin to do today. As soon as you turn off this Facebook Live, you can do one thing, right? Do one thing. One of these 3 things. The first thing is personal resiliency. That if you do not have a plan to care for yourself, or maybe you are doing things right now that bring you great joy and you don't recognize them. You're not mindful of them. You don't stop and smell the joy, if you will. So maybe you already have a routine to do something every single day that brings you joy and makes you happy, but yet you don't recognize it. Maybe it's an amazing cup of coffee in front of a fire to start your day. Maybe you exercised this morning, okay? And you know what? Sometimes joy can be confused with pride in yourself. I mean, that happened to me the other day. I didn't accomplish the work that I wanted to get done at night in a hotel room. But I thought, Jane, you're being an idiot, because I had done 40 minutes of yoga. I'd taken a 20-minute brisk walk. I'd eaten a stinking kale and Brussels sprout slaw for dinner. Hello, Jane Ann, right? I did things to take care of myself, and I got to know that comes first. Self-care comes first. Did you get a great night's sleep last night? Do you feel well rested? Take joy in it. Be proud of it. Be mindful of it. But most importantly, if you're not doing anything that brings you joy, personal joy, and I love the post that Sue made in the Fans of the Framework yesterday to get to know us. What brings us love? What brings us joy, right? Those 2 can be intertwined. So it looks like we all need to spend some time with children. The second thing, find your voice. A work environment filled with self-autonomy, right? And, that doesn't have barriers and doesn't have work processes that get in our way is one that brings us joy. And how you turn your job to joy is to find your voice. So, what the Institute for Healthcare Improvement, and they did a lot of research on joy, what they say is, they describe it as our pebbles. We can't let the little pebbles that bother us on a daily basis turn into big boulders. So you can't let those things that, are making you apathetic or robbing your joy turn into big, huge things. So when was the last time your leader rounded on you? Maybe you need to ask for a rounding. And I know that, we keep harping on you that rounding solves everything, but it really does. Okay. P.S. So, don't let little pebbles that bother you, or that you see a safety issue that is a small thing, or that, a work process, a barrier, something you have to do over, a time waster, an energy robber. What are those things in your work that you think they must only be bothering me because I'm the only one who seems to be getting burnout and apathetic in my work? No, probably not. Probably not. If they're robbing your energy and making you do double work and time waster, then likely it's happening to other people. So make sure you use your voice to say, I see this as a problem and I just had to do dual work. And I know this is the way we've always done it. I know that it just simply can't be done, but can we sit down and talk about this? This is really robbing me, right? It's really robbing my time and my energy. And if you don't want to use the word joy, don't use the word joy. But time and energy of a leader costs a lot of money to an organization. And others should be listening to you when you speak your pebbles and don't want to become boulders. The third thing is that when employees see daily incremental small progress, they can begin to feel joy, knowing that things are moving forward in their work life. And the same is for you. If you are the one that's leading that small daily incremental progress. One of the things that I've noticed about my leadership and myself and just how I work is I sometimes forget to break things down into the smallest steps so that every single day I can just take a baby step towards making progress. And that's, really breaking down your work, really taking, and sometimes it's finding your voice is the first step, right? Telling somebody, geez, can we do something about this work process? Because it's a barrier for my employees. It's a barrier for me. What can we do about it? Let's work together. But when people know that work is being done, that progress is being made, it gives them joy, and it'll give you joy too. But remember, you got to be mindful of it. I did this today and I feel really great about it, right? A self mantra of I did this for myself. I did this for work. I made progress in this. Bada bing. I'm happy, right? I've got joy. So the three things are focusing on your resiliency, finding your voice, saying what robs your joy. And the third thing is putting systems in place where you can make small incremental progress and change every day and not procrastinating. So what's our call to action for you? Well, we have a little surprise for you. Next week, live, we are going to be broadcasting from International Falls, Minnesota. And we ain't going there for the weather, people. Obviously. So we are kicking off a new partner. We're very happy to be partnering with Rainy Lake Medical Center in International Falls. And we have some old friends there. Rob Pastor is the CEO, and his lovely wife, Andrea, also works for that organization and is going to be the initiative champion for their transformational change and journey. And so we're happy to announce that Andrea is going to be live with us next week. And we're going to be talking with her about something that she's a very strong leader anyway, but something that she did so well at Southwest Health in Platteville is she took behavior standards and made them alive in her department. She's an HIM leader. And what our HR professionals tell us is that we spend 92% of our time as leaders dealing with the bad behaviors of other people. 92%. That's got to be a joy sucker right there, people. And so how Andrea, made it so that her employees dealt with the bad behaviors of each other. Her employees called each other out. And, really what the Facebook Live is going to be about is how do you set standards? And how do you keep them alive and keep them going? Make it so that they're seen in the hall instead of a poster on the wall, right? So that's Andrea next week live. We're very excited about that. And we refer to the framework for achieving great results, our framework for transforming the culture of your organization as a joy vehicle, right? Think of all the things that I just talked to you about and, the three solutions, and there are many other solutions for bringing joy into the workplace, but the framework covers them all. So if you think that, the framework might be something that would do great work in your organization, or you just want to talk to us about some barriers and frustrations that you're feeling, go to our website, www.capstoneleadership.net, and sign up for a complimentary consultation, a free phone call. And if you want to start smaller than that, we have a C-suite retreat coming up in Scottsdale, March 20th and 21st at Gainey Ranch in Scottsdale. And our summit, the full 3-day summit, is in Galena, Illinois, returning to the Midwest. And that is April 23rd through the 25th. And you can sign up for both of those on our website. So I hope you have a breathtaking, amazing day, and drop your B, make it a Y. Love you.